Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone out there. Welcome to the Links to the Past Randomizer League Season 3, Week 4. It is Spoiler Log Key Sanity Co-op. I am NY Rambler. Joining me on commentary is Philian. How are we doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Spoiler race, you say?
Spoiler race.
Is that the thing where they stick the race on the back of the car to make it more aerodynamic? Is that the joke everyone's been making all week and I've just been late on?
I don't know, but we'll go with it. Anyway, our two runners today are WeityWords and NilssonAlex92. They each have another person telling them where the items are in their ear. For WeityWords, it is futon, and for Alex, it is. Let me read.
It is? It is?
Drum roll, please. It is Sir Link-a-Lot.
I knew that, and then I forgot about it. So, I mean, there's two components to this. One is who executes better. The other is who's going to be able to parse that spoiler log and route everything better. WeityWords is, like, we were saying this before we went on, he's one of those guys you just don't want to be racing against because he's so fast in everything he does.
Yeah. So what happens is these runners are going to start off, and the early game, they're going to the pilot is going to be looking really quick to see what early game items are required, also where some key items might be, like the Pegasus boots. But then we'll get to see in the mid to late game how the routing comes into play, see which items are where, and again, all based on how well these guys both execute and route.
It looks like Alex is just giving Link-a-Lot a couple minutes to read the spoiler log at the start. Well, he goes straight for a Houlihan.
Yeah, this is a strategy I personally have been doing myself also in preparation this week. Houlihan letting my pilot figure out where everything is. Meanwhile, Weighty is going straight to Uncle and gets only bombs and maps, so that's the stuff. Oh, and Nilsson actually misses Houlihan, so.
Oh no, that is not how you want to start off.
Nah. You want those 225, especially in the early game where you might need to hit up Bottle Vendor or Zora, and you're not looking to go out of your way to get rupees.
Yeah, it is that question of if you miss that Houlihan, how well can your partner either route in the rupees that you need, or can your pilot just look at the spoiler log quickly enough and say, okay, you know what, it's fine. We don't actually need those rupees.
Yeah.
And if you're confident in that at this point, I think whiffing that Houlihan hurts a little less. Not having the bombs might hurt Nilsson here, unless the backup blind just doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, one thing is that the backup blind, backup well, and chicken house all require bombs, and in almost every randomizer you see, and it looks like you.
Oh no!
There is something in the backup blind.
Oh, you hate to walk in and out of this house. That is not what you want to see.
All right, we see a small key for pod. That's usually something good to get. Big key, the skull. That's kind of like a fetch quest in spoiler here. And it's a power glove.
Yeah, you need that, I think.
Yeah, I think that one's usually required almost every time. But Nilsson will be going up into Blind's Hut again, and we'll be getting those 3 items. Yeah, we don't know if that big key to skull is required yet, so it's good to grab it just in case, because again, there's a lot of spoiler log for the pilot to check out.
Yeah, it might have been one of those things. Futon just said to Weighty, you know what, grab it, I'll figure out later if you actually need it.
Yeah. Looks like he just bombed for rupees. Looks like Bottle Vendor might have something here. Get some heart pieces, GT small, and notably a castle tower small. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see if Bottle Vendor has something. Looks like it. Yeah, that's pretty something. Big key to thieves. We do see on the tracker below that the dungeon info is already known. Looks like that's it for CAC. So we have a green pendant at Desert. We have the other pendants at Thieves and Turtle Rock.
I'm gonna go and say that when you're buying the Thieves Town big key and a pendant Thieves spoiler seed, that means there's something good at the back. And
Please.
knowing to do that at the start is, I'm going to say it, that's a real heads-up play right there.
Yeah, it could be just in case measures. You never know, because again, we're only 3 minutes in. You can only check so much of the spoiler log. Meanwhile, when it comes to money, it looks like Nilsson will be needing some more to get that big key off of Bottle Vendor.
This is where spending 50 for the bombs hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Agina.
Yeah, I mean, something's here for sure. You're never going out of your way to check this in spoiler log unless there's something good here.
Is it boots?
Boots would be good.
It can't be boots.
I'm going to say it's like bow or Eastern bit.
I feel like at this point, if neither runner has picked up the boots...
it's hammer.
Okay. Okay, that's good. I feel like at this point, if neither runner has beelined the boots, both the pilots must have done a Control F for it, and we're just seeing them in some awful spot.
Yeah. I mean, the very first spoiler log where we rolled, the boots were in pre-molder and 2 chests, and I told my pilot to re-roll the seed. Because no one wants to do that, right?
Look, Rambler, I'd be lying if I said I had never done the same thing. All right, so Hammer comes in really handy here for the mini Moldorm cave, since Weighty is now out of bombs and gets to do this whole thing with Hammer.
I would not be comfortable doing this with Hammer, but Weighty is...
He's doing it right. You got to hang out at the bottom, not worry about how many times you're missing, because the safety is what's really important. If a mini Moldorm hits you into the pit, that's 2 hearts right there. You can't afford that.
Well, there's a big key to Eastern. I had a feeling it was close. And then heart safeties. One important thing is knowing where to grab heart containers and heart pieces along the way. Do you go out of your way to get some heart containers? Sometimes you do.
No.
Depends on how far out of the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's like one room in the early game, sure. One room in the late game, probably not. The blue mail, I expect, is going to be the thing they care about most.
Yeah.
If they like any other spoiler race I've ever seen.
Yeah, blue mail 7 hearts is usually what we're looking at.
Oh no, Alex!
Taking an unfortunate death here in Mini Moldorm Cave, what we were talking about earlier. He was trying to hammer and also bomb at the same time, but the Moldorm wouldn't let him out.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, on the Weighty side, back of Saha's closet. Must have something good for us. There's some money. There's some Aria. Some Greta money that could be just to go into pod later. It could be a potential Zora play down the road. We don't know. But we are going straight to Eastern without a bow.
Yeah, we got that big key.
Yes.
So that has me wondering.
Maybe we have a Moon Pearl sitting inside the big chest.
Hey, that would be Dark World access. Or
That
a Moon
would be.
Pearl anywhere.
Yeah. And looks like Nilsson is trying to do the bomb strats here, but is trying also not to get hit by the mini Moldorm. So it's like a little cat and mouse game here. And he's having a little trouble with it. Alright, he got the one out and got a heart too.
The heart there is really darn clutch.
There we go. Yeah, once you clear the first one out, the rest of them are pretty easy to get with the bombs.
Alright, breathing time.
Alright, so we didn't do Cannonball chest, didn't do the map chest. Gets a small key to Turtle Rock from Compass chest here.
Okay.
One thing that's also good about spoiler log is you get to learn which items or which chests, because of that we know that is the map chest, that's the Compass chest. And sure enough, the Moon Pearl is inside Eastbound's big chest.
Is Alex buying more bombs here?
It looks like it.
He's got the one for Saha's closet already, so this is a little out of the way to go to.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little concerned about his money, because that's now 100 rupees he spent on bombs.
Yeah. Well, he will
He
get
still
the
hasn't bought the big key.
yeah. He will get the 300 from the back of Sal's closet though.
That's true. That's true. He's fine. He's fine.
All right, Weighty's gonna book it to, presumably the Dark World here. We got that Moon Pearl, so we can now do things like check Village of Outcasts, front 4 of Thieves Town, first part of Skullwoods. Meanwhile, I'm sure in the back, his pilot Futon is trying to figure out what's the best way to get to where he has to go.
I'm just so confused. These guys are getting to the Dark World within 10 minutes. They didn't have to go beat 3 dungeons just to get all their Dark World access. Can I have
right?
Can I have a new seed, Fear? I want to redo from last night.
Looks like we're going up to Skullwoods early here. We do have the Skullwoods big, it looks like, so
Yeah, Skullwood's big. We got Samaria if that middle area chest actually ends up being important.
well, we're gonna go down the back, probably just to be a little safer here. Grab some bombs.
I haven't seen someone fall down this hole since the last time I watched an inverted race.
Yeah. That was me yesterday. Alright, but now here comes the bomb jump to get to the big chest. So big chest must have something good. Oh, but he gets bullied by the jelly and down to 1 heart, so he can't bomb jump anymore. So he's gonna take a death warp and respawn back on top.
I guess so. Alex is doing right side eastern for the cape.
Could be just for safety measures. The fact that Weighty skipped that tells me that the cape's not required for bumper ledge, but it's always a nice safety to have.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dealing with a low health Ganon, I want cape.
Yeah, low health Ganon, lower health or lower sword Vidi, both
blind as well.
Blind's fine. It's a scripted fight.
Oh, there's your sword. So there's the first sword in the big chest of Skull Woods. Let's see what Weighty does next.
I really like his use of these pots to farm bombs while he's in the area.
And he's going to be going back down.
And Alex has the Moon Pearl, so gonna head to the Dark World now. He's what, 2-3 minutes behind at this point?
Yeah.
He is gonna have some space to make up. Not that the cape gains you time, but and not that I ever wish for a runner to make a mistake, but that is potentially where Alex could make up some time if Weighty takes an unfortunate fall.
There's your second sword inside the brewery. Master sword now for Weighty.
Okay.
Our runners will likely be looking for 3 swords from the spoiler log.
Especially if they're all that easy to get.
Yeah. Okay, now he goes and buys the Thieves Town Big, and we're now inside of Pendant Thieves Town, so yeah, there's something in here.
Yeah. Props to Alex and Linkalot for not missing that key.
Yeah.
It is so easy to just mentally write off things like that as, oh, well, we took care of it because we were in the area. And going back to Bottlemeter can be tricky to remember.
I believe you have experience in that. I don't even remember that because I was commentating that one. Anyway.
There's a perfectly good race here we can make fun of the runner. Huh, look at Weighty. He is going through Thieves Town without a small key.
Okay. So that means it's going to be upstairs. Well, you grabbed a small key from the pot and then opened the door, so...
He doesn't have it now.
Yeah.
It does mean it's upstairs, though. He wouldn't be going upstairs if the item he wanted was just in the cell. Unless, you're right.
Well, blind is the item.
Let's see. Ooh, Alex going for the mid chest in Skull Woods.
All right. Well, you get the flute, and
That'll be interesting.
didn't bomb and is continuing on. So there's something else in here, but it's not on blind. So it's got to be in blind cell.
I think so. Yeah. If he needed to leave the dungeon, it's very, very easy to get out of the dungeon from the attic. You just walk into those crickets, and they do 2 hearts to you.
Yeah. So Alex is doing the. I believe he has the Cane of Samaria. He could
Alex,
Samaria.
Alex, you have Samaria, please. I know. The room is really fun to do.
He's letting Sir Link log some more. That's.
Okay, it's fine. Hey, good cape use there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we do find the Titan's Mitts there, and that's the big key to Hera. So that could be a reason why Weighty skipped it. Maybe they're planning on Hera potting over on the left side.
Yeah, probably.
That's my best guess is why they skipped it, is saying that there's nothing else. It's not needed for anything else. We'll have hookshot and boots or hookshot and bombs, and we'll be able to skip that.
I mean, if you truly need the big key for the big chest, I can also see Team Pugdrew just deciding they're going to route back there later, like when they're on their way to fight Mothula.
Alright, so interestingly, WeityWords picks up the blacksmith.
Well, yeah, you got to pick up the blacksmith to get the purple chest.
So you're saying purple chest is going to have the item and not blacksmith?
I have no idea what I'm saying. Could be both. Could be neither.
We're going to go activate the flute. That's for sure. Alex gets his Master Sword and looks like going to be heading into Thieves Down now.
Now, admittedly, I haven't watched a ton of the races this week, but just from what I've seen, this seed is feeling really linear so far. Like, both runners have done the same choices up to this point.
Yeah,
every step, but also it's just kind of been the only option. There hasn't really been a great routing divergence or galaxy brain play to go for.
All right, blacksmith for us has the hook shot. Weighty gonna go rescue old man. This usually means it's an item because with the flute, the save point doesn't really matter all too much, I don't think.
It does not help enough to be worth picking it up unless this item is known to be useful. Can WeityWords do dark rooms?
I think so. It looks like he is.
Okay. I'm just, with newer runners of this game who maybe aren't established as having won more than one tournament, it's always harder. I'm kidding, of course. For those
Weighty,
who don't
know. The 2019 SG Live champion.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the only way you would do that for not an item is if it's exactly a heart container, and that's exactly what it was.
You know what? A heart container is super worth it right there.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some heart containers out of the way you don't want to get to. That's not too far out of the way, and you get the old man save point. So that's a good heart container. Wow. Alex got his flute and is now heading to the cell to get the mitts. Well, skipped the first two in Paradox, going right to the 5. 5 should have at least 1 or 2 good items here, and presumably, well, a 4th heart piece to get up to another heart container is nice. There's your bow.
Nice.
And another pot small, so we're up to 2 of those.
Okay.
Well, Alex is going to take a death warp here after getting the mitts.
Okay, so 2 pod smalls is pretty good. It lets us beat the boss and kind of clear most of the rest of the dungeon.
Yeah, you're orphaning a couple locations out of the way.
But if you're doing that, you also have to kind of go the slow way up the right side. 3 keys if you have to, say, get back to the turtle room or something is probably your ideal. Fortunately, both the pod keys so far have been like basically on the forced path anyways.
All right. So here is going to be the reason why Weighty skipped that Harabic. He has the hook shot. About to get the boots, so that's going to make parapotting a lot easier.
Yes! 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 That's where I want to get the boots if I'm going to Harapot. I mean, I want them right at the start.
Yeah. But that's a really clutch place, especially if, I mean, I know myself, I don't know the exact setup for the bombs, but it looks like he's going to do the bomb setup anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few ways you can do it. They're all just a little easier with boots.
Yeah.
Since you can move vertically right here while you're doing the setup, get bombed in, and then use the boots to dash turn. There's also straight up a spin speed approach.
That's the one that I do.
All of those are nicer than trying to deliberately align yourself up on specific XY floor tiles.
Alright. And we're going to open up the chest here for 20 rupees, and now we're going to hear him yell at Futon a little bit. That's the compass chest, not the map chest.
It's just that little pause that you see runners do every so often in a non-spoiler race. When they open a chest and they're surprised. And it happens so much more in spoiler race.
I'm sure after Moldor goes down, he's going back in to open a map chest, and that's going to be the item.
I think so.
So we'll put the Futon goof counter at 1.
This actually, I mean, it's fine. It's just 1 chest to go back and check.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about the Moldorm pokes. Weighty's.
Yeah, well, using the hook shots, let the Moldorm go right through you.
Fine. That worked out. Okay.
Yep. And a lamp, which, maybe it's a lamp like Fire Rod, but most runners, they wouldn't go out of their way to get the lamp if the Fire Rod's available. Unless it's, like, relatively easy to get to. These runners usually can do all the dark rooms. But when the lamp is on a crystal boss, you'll take it. And yeah, he's going back in. Now this is the map chest. With the mirror in it.
Well, at least he can get out of the dungeon quickly.
Yes.
For those of you who haven't looked over the spoiler logs too hard, or maybe it's just been a long time since you've cleared the vanilla game, when you actually went through and opened every chest because you weren't sure where to go. The general rule of thumb in the dungeons is going to be your map chest is that first easily accessible chest. Maybe it's like slightly out of the way, but it's going to be one of the first chests you get once you get into the dungeon, usually without needing much gear, and then the compass comes a bit later. Ice Palace
is the opposite,
being the major exception here, where that first Pengator room is your compass. And I don't know how many teams have messed that up this week.
I messed it up in practice literally 3 hours ago.
Probably what they've done, is at some point the pilot has said, go to the compass chest. That's the second one. And the runner has said, no, I'm not falling for that again.
Anyway, Weighty picked up a Soda Rock Small from Inside Spectacle Rock, Save and Quit, got Bonk Rocks, which had the Pod Big. And looks like we're going to be heading into the Lake Hylia portal.
Yeah, now there is a little bit of not divergence, but difference in the pickup here. Alex went ahead and picked up the SP, stands for Swamp Palace, big key.
Okay. I missed where that was.
I believe that was on East Death Mountain.
And going right to back for another pod small. So it looks like pod's going to be the next play for our runners. That's now 3 smalls and a big.
Yeah, and with bow and hammer and Hey, lamp is nice. That is enough to clear it.
Like, on Alex's side, Alex did not herapod at all, so getting that big key was needed. At least for him, it looks like.
And
he just paused.
Futon.
He just paused at the 20 also. He also skipped the mirror.
I was going to say, I don't see the mirror on the tracker for Alex. It looks like he doesn't have it.
Man, both of them goofy on that one. Oh, we're going to see T45. I'm sure this is just a piece of hardware Weighty's going to get, nothing else. Just, making sure you get the checks out of the way. Nothing huge at
item,
all.
right?
Oh, look, it's a tempered sword.
Okay, I like that. And that's actually a really good time to route it in there with your last pod small. Weighty doing the heads up play and buying 100 or 30 bombs from the bomb vendor. And then you just get your tempered sword. And you've got flute, so you can still get back to flute 5 very quickly.
We'll see what the path in pod is. We have 3 smalls, so we can full clear the dungeon safe for the two solo key checks.
Hey, look, Alex is getting the mirror.
Oh, look, that's the chest that you wanted to get to. So we could dunk on Link a lot also now or I don't know who's the goof on that. We could blame them both on that.
Oh, now this is interesting.
Back to East of Mountain.
Yeah.
Spiral.
Okay. This is a long trip for one item. I'm interested what it's going to turn out to be.
Because this is something that, again, Weighty skipped this, so I mean, it could be just a heart container, could be blue mail. Those are things that Weighty would skip, then maybe he would grab. The second Castle Tower small.
Ah, that is, yeah. Okay.
There's Bombos. We know we need that from Meyer.
So second Castle Tower small, we only need to get the lumberjack item at this point.
Yeah.
So presumably this is going to have something hiding there after Aga.
Maybe. Or maybe, I mean, the first... Alex did grab the first one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
I know Weighty grabbed the first one.
Yeah, he's got 2 Aga keys. So... And Pod Big Chest has Ether for the Turtle Rock entrance. This is where we're really starting to see the divergence between the two runners and routers.
Yeah. There's a pod small. There's the blue mail.
That's a good spot for it.
Yeah. Nice. Easy. Not too hard a way to get to, especially when you're already over there. And it looks like with 1 key left that the rest of the thing is just going to be beat the boss.
So, I guess that was Alex's second pod key. They both got one in the village at the start. Where did the second one come up?
I think it was in here. In Hype Cave?
That was Futon's third.
Oh, I don't know then.
But yeah, that's it's a little rough to be going all the way to the library. Oh well, this I love this Hype Cave play. If Alex does what Weighty did and heads straight over to 45.
No. It sounds like it just swallows on.
I don't like this. Oh no.
He's missing a key, isn't he?
No, he's fine for keys. It's just
no tempered sword.
If you don't grab tempered sword from 45 when you're doing Hype Cave,
when do you
get it? Is there a fourth sword that's in a better position? The tempered Master Sword difference doesn't make much of a difference throughout Pod.
Correct.
Like it saves you 4 slashes on Helma, but that doesn't matter if you're doing hammer hits. So that's fine. Weighty's having no trouble with this fight. He's got 6 hearts in blue mail. 2, 3, 4. Great, easy. It's just a question of like how many other bosses are they going to be fighting before that tempered sword shows up for Alex? Are you fighting Vidi? Are you fighting Argus? Are you even fighting Moth? Those are all fights where just one sword difference actually adds a significant amount of time to the fight.
Alright. So Weighty's done with Pod. That's the second crystal. And now I'm going to go back to Eastern. Presumably finish this off. Now we have the bow. Oh, one thing I just realized, I don't think Alex has activated the flute yet. So maybe that's why. Maybe we're going to route it in after activating the flute.
Surely he's activated the flute since he went through the village to the library. Unless he just missed doing it while he was there.
I was trying to think of things.
Which, if he's done, that's highly unfortunate and also incredibly, incredibly relatable.
Yeah, I definitely forgot to activate flute before.
Ooh, and going through the Pod basement for 2 big 20s.
Yeah. Weighty went downstairs, but then realized that there was nothing there and bailed on it. And Alex is going to open to Dark Maze this way.
Okay. So no hammering up. Maybe they just needed the extra key from the library for this.
Perhaps. I know they came with 4 keys, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they did have an extra from library.
Yeah, so
I like it.
Do the library just to not do hammering up. If you're uncomfortable hammering up, that's a fine play.
Hammering up's fine. It's just 2 pixel perfect bomb placements.
Yeah.
Or sorry, movements on a time limit.
And one thing I just noticed is that both our runners got the Ether. Ether is needed for Pendant Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be going to Pendant Turtle Rock sometime soon.
Oh, I didn't clue in that TR was a pendant. Yeah, that's that's fun. We shouldn't be surprised, right? We knew we saw them picking up Turtle Rock keys on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe the item's not even in Turtle Rock. Maybe it's just there for Mimic Cave.
Perhaps.
Maybe I should stop being mean like that.
Perhaps. Looks like it might be Turtle Rock now, because Weighty's going back up the mountain.
Huh. What do we still need to finish this game, Rambler?
Let's see. We're gonna need the Fire Rod for Skullwoods.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need the Flippers for Swamp Alice.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need the Mire Big for Misery Mire.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's it.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. I guess that's what happens when Swamp never needs a big key, and in all practicality, Ice Palace doesn't need a big key.
Correct.
Oh, hey, we need that nasty Ganon's Tower big key at some point.
Of course, but
And
that could be anywhere.
And a Swamp small key to get in.
I always forget the Swamp Small Key when I'm doing this.
The trick is to pick it up in the first minute of the race,
Yes.
and if your pilot be confused that you picked it up 20 minutes later.
Oh, did you grab the small key from the well? Yes, I did.
All right, Alex, having a slightly dicier Helma fight, but switches to the bow, and that simplifies a fair amount of this.
Yeah.
Blue Mail keeps him fairly safe as well. Misses a spin in an unfortunate way. He is really good at dodging these fireballs, though. That is some good dodging play he's up to.
All right, so Weighty has used both the TR smalls he had in here and is mirroring out. Did he goof? Did he forget to pick up the Turtle Rock big key?
Maybe that's what he's doing here. Because yeah, 2 keys will get you to the the lava chest, but it's not going to get you to the crystal roller room, and obviously it won't open the big chest.
Hey, look, the Turtle Rock big key.
Okay, cool.
At least it was nearby.
Yeah. I think that's the saving grace here, is that all you're losing is a walk or a ride back through the first couple rooms of this dungeon. If it was in another part of the map, that is a long ways to be walking back to this place. But
yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, I need the big key. Oh, it's in cutscene Chest of Meyer.
Well, now this is inconvenient, and it's the kind of thing you kick yourself for, but you also recover from it fairly quickly.
Yeah, that's not a huge deal. If it was cutscene with Meyer, then yes, it's a huge deal. Are we gonna steal this poke key, or is there something in lava chests?
Sure, we're stealing the key.
That's what I would presume, yeah.
Since we went back out for that big key.
I mean, it could have been both. You never know.
It could have been both. That would have been scary.
I'm a little trouble with the red Igors here. That's into the Armos fight. How does Weighty do that? That was such a clean hit on the 2 pokies.
Well, they went in the right direction for him.
Yeah.
That's the trick. It's like any speedrunning tactic, Rambler. You just got to get the good RNG.
No such thing.
There literally is. We just saw Weighty do it. I don't know how to be any clearer about it.
Oh, we're going all the way to Laser Birds. All right. The classic Fire Rod on Laser Bridge, the classic Flippers on Laser Bridge. Which one is it?
Neither. It's the Meyer big key.
Ah, of course. Or Swamp Small. And Flippers. Again, this is a pendant Turtle Rock, so hopefully we won't have to come back here.
Heart container.
Ah, all this for heart container makes sense.
Yeah. That entire trip just for a container. And
There's the. You're right.
I'll take that small victory.
All right.
With the Meyer big key.
Moon Troll, you got that one. All right. Meanwhile, we have our first real route diversion. Of course, leading up to this, I think Alex has been shadowing Weighty most of the time. Now we're gonna go see what's in Castle Tower, and Weighty is now going to grab that Castle Tower small key. So there could be something on Lumberjack. This could very well be the legacy that we were expecting.
So I really like this routing from Team Pug Trio, where they said, "Hey, we can come back here later and get that Agate Tower small key after we're doing TR." I honestly can't tell you if it's intentional. It might even have been, we didn't realize at the time we needed the Agate key.
Yeah,
but it has worked out to their advantage. I also love the Meyer key pickup that Alex did there.
Just in case, you never know.
It's the kind of thing, a Meyer small makes the dungeon slightly faster if you have to go out of your way at all. Yeah. But it's also not usually worth even doing one screen transition to get.
Yeah, Meyer
but
small
if the key's in the room,
Skullwood smalls, those are the two that you never really need them, but you like to have at least one or two. Just in case. Wow, Weighty is now going to be going up to the tower as well here. One lumberjack. Obviously, it's something we need. Either the fire rod, the swamp small, or the if it's swamp small, imagine it's in a regular seed. Where you're jacking into a small key, and you're like, oh, I hope I don't need that.
I'm inclined to say that it'll be the fire rod. And I say this purely because if it wasn't the fire rod, or if it didn't lead us to the fire rod, Weighty would probably be doing Misery Mire right now. The idea is that if he gets the fire rod before he goes to Misery Mire, then he can do a spooky.
Makes sense. Make life a little faster. Because we have everything we need for Mire as it is now on Weighty's side.
Ow! Guard, please, be nice.
Also, this is a dungeon where the sword difference does come into play a little bit.
You know, it really does.
In one hit for Weighty's side, whereas Alex needed 2. Although the red guard still will take 2. Well, 2 versus 3 in this case.
Well, but they take even more with Master Sword. Weighty can do a spin here to get them in one go. This all works nicely. Okay, chat. Something 0 to 15. Blue ball, go. Put your numbers in.
Oh wait, this is still a randomizer? I thought we were talking about, spoiler log the entire time.
I see that chat has responded to my entire lack of enthusiasm by the meme answering, and I appreciate that.
Look at the names in chat. What do you expect?
I expected you to be a little less silly.
I mean, he wasn't too silly, but wall kicks, data plat, yeah, we're used to this from those guys. Usually we expect some like ridiculous pun that doesn't make sense.
I expected Weighty to not miss the curtain there. That's the real shame.
Well, he had spin speed, so had to get off spin speed. Kill Aga and go straight back to the mountain for Alex.
I see. The real test Alex is going to have here is, does he get the TR big before he goes into TR? And the answer is no, he's going to climb the left side.
So is he going to go into...
Oh, that's right. He didn't get this cave earlier because he was going back.
I know it was a small key. I just forgot which one it was, though. It might be a TR.
Yeah, it's the TR small, and he didn't get it earlier because he was going to Spiral Cave for his
That's tower routing. All right, let's see if Alex bonks into
He's not low enough. He's not low enough.
Oh, he does that, yeah.
That bomb jump is really finicky.
Yeah.
And if you tried to make an argument to me that it involves going out of bounds very slightly, I wouldn't agree with you, but I wouldn't disagree too hard.
All right, looks like we're going to go to the lumberjack tree now. So, moment of truth. Is this the fire rod? Normally, we say that when the fire rod's in the last location and we haven't checked it yet. But here, these runners know what's there already. But we don't. I haven't seen the spoiler log.
Do they? I mean, they both open the compass chest in Tower of Para.
That is true. Well, they need that big 20.
Did they? They both got over 500 rupees.
Hey, Zorka still needs something.
I suppose. Oh god, it's the swamp. Alright. This is where we all collectively, you can say it with me, chat, take your deep breath and say, thank goodness this is a spoiler log race.
Because we are all last locationing that key in a regular key sanity. We check lumberjack, we see a small key, we're like, alright, that's probably not needed. So it looks like on the surface, looks like Weighty's a whole turtle rock ahead, and Alex is remembering to check the key. So okay, we just gained about what, a minute?
Yep. Yeah, it's time they need to make up. I'm still worried about that sword disadvantage, but it is full props to Team OP got good for getting that. Rambler, are you familiar with that really old movie, The Phantom Menace?
The fact that you called it really old makes me feel really old.
I do what I can. We can go with Return of the Jedi if you'd like. Anyways, you know in those Star Wars movies how they cut back and forth between all the different battles going on in all the different spots.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I'm watching with Pug Trio's routing here, because they're showing us, here's how you get into Misery Mire. Oh no, we're not going to Mire. Now we're going to do Aga Tower just so we can get the Swamp Small Key. But then it all comes together because they go into Mire and they get the flippers, and now all of Swamp Palace works together.
You see where we're going now? Cutscene chest.
At least we're not getting the Turtle Rock Big Key there.
Or are we? Needless to say at this point that this is either going to be the Fire Rod or the Fire Rod's in Swamp Palace.
Yeah. Well, we've got the.
We just have the.
We've seen Alex get this. We've seen Alex get the Swamp Big already.
Yeah.
So surely that can't be a Fire Rod. It is probably just the Fire Rod in cutscene chest here, which is awful because you know what you want the Fire Rod for doing?
Cutscene chest.
Yeah.
Yep,
on the plus side, now we have the Fire Rod, we can do Spooky.
And I believe we're in go mode on Weighty's side now.
GT Big Key.
Other than that,
I don't know how much gameplay you've done with Futon. He does like to just tell you to clip to the top of GT. That is sadly not allowed in this mode.
No, this isn't a multi-world Futon.
Did you catch what Alex did there, though?
He froze the guard.
He froze the pokey and hammered it, rather than trying to mess around with a Master Sword pokey fight.
Okay, that's fine.
I love it.
Works.
You'll love to see it.
He probably had freeze an enemy on his bingo card. He's gonna freeze these enemies too with ether though. This is taking low percent to a whole new level. When you need a little strat case here or there, now we know. In Laser Bridge, we will get a Heart Container and the Mire Big, which leads to Flippers and Fire Rod in Mire.
I hate it.
Well, the Mire Big wasn't needed to get those.
That's true. That's true.
And Weedy down to 2.5 hearts, has to be a little more careful now with this fight after he messed up the quick kill on the eyeballs.
Yeah, this is fine. He just has to not get hit. He can take a lightning hit. He'll be fine from that.
Yeah, because he has blue mail.
And he almost got one. All right, what does that make? 4 crystals?
Yes. We have Ice, Skull, and Swamp left.
Alright, so we have Fire Rod, now we can beat Skull. We have Fire Rod, so Ice is now faster.
We are now heading into Pendant Desert. No, we're not.
No, okay. We're... Well,
Desert
Alex is going to 45.
Alex is, going to 45.
Futon is stealing a small key so he can go to the right side of Desert Palace.
Ah, ooh, that's smooth. For some reason, I think that I could be just blending my practice seed from earlier together, but I think maybe Alex has that Desert Small. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't. It's not on his tracker, so
No.
either he has it or 2D Tones has been slacking, but that doesn't seem likely. 2D Tones has been kicking, but shoutouts to him.
Yeah, obviously, it looks like that the GT Big is probably here on the right side. Yep, there it is. So now, at 49 minutes, WeightyWords has officially, we believe, I think, I could be wrong again, I've been wrong before, in go mode.
I'd be hard-pressed to think of anything else they need in this seed.
And it looks like Alex is just short of enough magic to open up Mire here.
Oh, that is rough. You do hate to see that. Maybe, half magic? Half magic? Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that Alex is now going to steal a key also, so I was probably just blending seeds together, as usual.
Yeah, this is faster than going out of your way to try to pick up the Desert Small from somewhere. I'm not sure where Alex gets more magic easily here.
I think some pots might have it.
In Desert Palace?
I think so. I'm not sure.
There's arrows. There's arrows all over the place.
Yes, there's definitely arrows all over the place.
And look, there is magic. Okay. You can see how often we go to this room.
See, NMG runners know about NMG runners definitely know about the arrows, not so much the magic. Alright, GT Big for Alex. Still needs the 2 go mode items in Mire here. The flippers and the fire rod. Well, Mothula down for WeightyWords. That'll be crystal number 5. End the book.
Oh, that's great. Now we can get into Desert Palace and get the Ganon's Tower Big Key.
Next up on Weighty's agenda will be Swamp Palace here. Gonna be very fast because we are already in go mode, so just enter the dungeon, get to the boss, kill the boss. One thing to note when it does come down to Ice Palace here, without a small key or the big key, you will have to hit the switch as opposed to going full ice, straight to Icebreaker Room,
Yeah.
or do the bomb jump, one of the two.
Yeah. Easy to do as long as you, do it mindfully.
Yeah.
This is where that Mire Small they picked up is really handy, because you can just go straight to the left rather than trying to go all the way to the right side to pick up a small key.
Yep. Yeah, in this race, I wouldn't say it was down to a pilot thing. It was just all execution What's the difference here?
Yeah, there's been a couple of errors on the piloting sides, which is about what you expect given how much stuff there is to keep track of. I'm thinking of the late sword on the right side, and
Turtle
that
Rock
turtle rock big key on the left side.
And the mirror for both of them. So there you go.
I suppose the mirror for both of them. That one hurts a little less. But yeah, that also matters. But yeah, there's I think part of this is just the execution. Not to disparage Alex, he knows what he's doing. He knows his way through the game, but Weighty is one of those players that just comes in, executes like a tank. Does icebreaker in ways that I didn't even think you could do, and generally just moves through the rooms at a faster rate than most of the other players of this game.
That's the way that I believe Andy's tutorial has you doing it.
No, I hop in the water because I learn like a scrub.
Yeah, me too. Like, I tried that way, but I couldn't get it to work right. The hop in the water is slower, but a lot easier.
Oh, you like to see this. He
was practicing this, and he got the one cycle. Look at that. What a gamer.
Ramble, you wanna share with chat what exactly we just saw?
Nope, I do not know how it works.
It's I mean, what we saw in descriptive terms is an absolute annihilation of Argus.
Yes.
But mechanically, what you do is you hold out your sword, and then you just keep item dashing, I believe, to consistently pull those puffs in and kill them in a single hit. Because the game is treating them as dash hits with the Tempered Sword instead of the pokes, which would only do Master Sword damage. It is ridiculously hard to pull those off one after another, and you have to be pretty much perfect with them to get the entire set of puffs out of the way before Argus rises up and you get another cycle on the boss. Yeah. It is a highly technical trick, so super props to Weighty for doing that. And good counting on Alex's side for saving enough arrows to finish Argus off with 0.
Yeah, he had 7 arrows left. I believe he had the eyeball a couple times when using cape dashes. So 7 arrows was all it's up. All right, the one thing you might see along the way, I don't know if these runners will pick it up or not, would be the silver arrows. That's pretty much the only thing you would pick up if it's along the way. And that's my doorbell.
Did UPS deliver you the silver arrows this afternoon? Oh, he's gone. He's probably picking up his shipment of silver arrows. All right, Weighty. Icebreaker. You can do it. You can do it. He did it. So at this point, it is straight to the boss for Weighty. He just needs that key to open a small key door down in the spike room here. Not even picking up chests at this point, because again, what's going to help him? A heart? Armor? No, those things don't matter.
We need more rupees.
Yes. Yes, we do. I think it's very important to... I was going to say they should just spend a lot of money on Kiki at this point, but they can't. Kiki's opened the dungeon and has despawned.
Let's see how fast this cold stare goes down on Weighty's side. So he's trying to force a fire rod, but might not need to. Oh, there you go. It's fire rod arrest. Fire rod does a lot of damage.
It does a lot of damage and it hits them all at once. It's always too bad when the puffs get out, but he was able to handle it pretty well. Blue Male nerfs those puffs and their 4 hearts so much that you do feel like the fight's on a bit of an easy mode there.
Yeah. Anyway, we now have 7 crystals. We have 1 GT small and GT big, so we don't even have to go downstairs on GT. We just go straight up. Well, Alex is running through the Lost Woods here.
I don't think he got his Swamp Small yet.
Ah. That would be the reason why.
I'm so confused. In NMG, you run through the forest, but you don't do the screens. Like, you do that screen in reverse.
Yeah.
I'm so confused seeing it done that way. It's like watching Door Rando, but stranger.
And get dead rocked.
Hey, what's the worst enemy in the entire Legend of Zelda series?
Dead rocks. God, it's just get them off the screen.
Actually, I think it's those floating skulls in Zelda 2, but the dead rocks are also pretty awful.
Oh, sorry, blue wizards in Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Those are
Dead
awful.
Dead rocks pretty bad though.
We will be entering Ganos Tower here just around the 1 hour, 1 minute mark, just a little bit after. Well, Alex still has 2 dungeons to go. Still has Ice Palace and Swamp Palace.
So there's a few things that you generally just have to be good at managing in spoiler races. One is your money, particularly in the early game. That's fine. One is your magic, as we saw Alex run into, trying to get into Mire. The other is your arrow count.
Yeah, arrow count.
Normally in Rando, you're just like, I'm opening every chest, I'll get arrows along the way. Here you do actually have to pay attention, and it is as simple, pretty much, as looking at the counter here and going, great, I've got enough. I can kill these mimics. But it does catch people up. Alex is going to have to figure out an arrow solution at some point. Even if it's just picking up from pots. The alternative, of course, is just Mimic Clip.
Wait, go grab the bonus fairy here, just in case. You never know.
Yeah, I expect at this point, he probably said, hey, how's the other runner doing? And when he sees the time difference, he goes, okay, I've got the lead. I can afford to pick that up. I'm going to take the safety. Without knowing you have that lead, you're maybe a bit less inclined to take the safety. But also, you don't win this, or you don't win races by skipping safeties and dying. You win races often by taking the safeties and staying alive.
Yeah, I always err on the side of safety when it comes to safeties. Well, Asda brings up a good point. Without taking safeties and dying. That's my specialty. Taking safeties and dying?
No, you take the safety.
And then you die anyway.
And then you forget you have the fairy, so you try to death warp inside a dungeon, and all you do is get fairy revived, and all of chat laughs at you.
Yes.
Hypothetically. Weighty through the... I don't want to call it... Yeah, it is the hard part of the tower. Certainly the hardest part to do fast.
Yeah,
With
gauntlet.
the way all those guards move oddly. Here it's a little more tricky, or it looks a bit trickier for new players, but the strats are fairly consistent.
Meanwhile, cold stare down on Alex's side. 6 crystals on that side. Might get to 7 before Weighty finishes this off. It's only one small key here on Weighty's side. Had to make sure. Okay, that had to be just a meme. Futon. Open the left chest. Wait. If knowing Futon, he probably told Weighty the silvers are in the left chest, and knowing it was the ice rod.
Yeah, I could see that happening. It's just in case we have to fight Trinex. You never know when he's going to show up.
Oh, of course. Trinex instead again, and surprise. Proving that we don't know exactly how Ice Palace logic works. There's an Ice Palace small key in Gannis Tower.
Well, yeah, because we had the red cane early.
That's why.
Sorry, that was my silly voice, but I was 100% serious. We had the red cane early, so
yeah,
you
don't need
me missing a small key. Yeah. It's just how it works. Ooh.
Nice little 0 there on Weighty's side. So it was a 1-0-2-2 so far. Nope, it was a 0-2-2-2. I think. I don't know. He's dead. The question is, how far out of the way were these silver arrows?
Oh, I just had a look. It seems like the last silver, or the other bow was in fact on the ped.
Oh!
The desert small key that caused the runners to go to the back of desert to steal was on Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that's kind of out of the way.
And the other sword was on Spike Cave. So, I don't want to say excellent because they were fairly obvious, but correct routing choices from the pilot.
All right, first scan and death. Still a race, guys.
Weighty.
All right, this looks a little better for Weighty. Oh, but it still took a fire bat.
It's okay. He got the 1-1.
Yeah.
Now it's just the Ganon warps. Everything's fine.
But because he took the death, it's now going to be 127 Ganon warps. Oh I might not be long.
Ganon, stop. Andy, did your Ganon end up in this Ganon fight somehow?
Quick, someone put Juno on WeityWords. Alright, phase 3 is done. Yes, the arrows were in the light world.
Alright, Weighty. Let's see some triples here.
That looks like a good setup for the triples. Arrows 5. Meanwhile, 7th crystal for Alex. Alright, there's 9, so 2 7 triple so far, so we number 10. One more hit here, light the torch, and then one more spin, and it should be... Not yet, wait for it. There we go. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, and gamers, get your G's in chat for WeightyWords. He is the winner of this race. Him and Futon have defeated Alex and Like a lot with an official race time GG time of 1 hour 9 minutes and 19 seconds.
Not so big on the first Ganon fight. The second Ganon fight from Weighty?
That's pretty spot on.
I'm big on that. That's a good phase 4. So we're gonna get Weighty here.
Yeah, this is a seed where you had to dive all 3 pendant dungeons and kill Aga. So not the most friendly of spoiler log seeds. Although again, like we were saying earlier, the fact that Swamp Small was on Lumberjack means that most everyone's locationing that one probably.
And looks like Alex has seen the win on the other side and decided to just take the L there rather than play out the Ganon's tower climb and fight, because we've all done it enough.
Yeah.
Do we know if these two are joining us?
I don't know how to... I don't think invites are working. I don't know how to do that. Fear, where are you?
Fear. Fear. Right. Well, while we look into that, let's talk about more A Link to the Past randomizer.
There's more?
It's league season. There's always more.
God.
Probably like almost done right now, but still going on, I think, on the main SpeedGaming channel is Relkin versus Wolfie. And then there's actually nothing for a little bit. But at 8 Eastern tonight, there are 2 games going on at the same time. Here on SG4, Salty Fry and Emo Saru are duking it out. And over on SG5, Ak and DT are duking it out. And that one's exciting because Ak and DT have like a fairly long history of running into each other at tournaments, and their races always end up having something interesting happen. So stick around for 8 p.m. Eastern. And then the main SpeedGaming channel has a race at 10 as well. That's Artie Welsh versus Duke Firebird. So the rando never stops. That's what I can tell you about what's coming.
Let's see if I can manually send these guys. Hey, that worked.
There.
Welcome, winner.
Hello.
All right, because you won and you won pretty convincingly, we're just gonna talk about the goofs. Turtle Rock Big Key, what happened?
I just forgot. Futon reminded me like twice to go to Hookshot Cave first, but we were also gonna get the Agate's Castle Tower Key out of hookshot or out of Spiral Cave too, so I was like kind of mixing that up a little bit in my brain. So it's completely glossed over, and then Futon's just like, "What are you doing? Get back here!"
That's a pretty
But
good
he also
futon.
wasn't paying attention fully, so he didn't tell me until I was like halfway through Turtle Rock. So
Yeah, you made the room with the first set of pipes, and they're like mirror out. I was like, oh, okay.
yeah.
And now joining us is
Joe.
well, that's a lot.
Hey.
Oh, we have Alex and certainly a lot.
GG's.
GG.
GG's. Futon in here.
I told Futon to come.
Well, the invites aren't working. I have to do them manually.
Oh, maybe not then.
All right, now we got Futon in here also. The whole gang's in here now.
It's the full party.
GG's, guys.
Yeah, GG's.
GG's.
GG's. So, basically what this came down to was a little slow on Alex's side to start in, but you guys caught up a little bit. The routings were mostly the same for like pretty much the entire early time. Alex, you guys got the second castle tower first, whereas Weighty got it after diving Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so that Futon didn't know that the Swamp Small was on Aga Ledge until we left Death Mountain the
Oh,
first
no.
time. So that's why we didn't get it. But like it ended up working out because we had to go back up to Turtle Rock anyways for the Mire Big. So we just routed that in with Turtle Rock and it was fine. But we had no idea we had to get Spiral Cave the first time we were up there.
We were just noticing like these guys are getting some items that you guys didn't get, like the Hera Big. Then I was like, oh wait, they'll probably just Herabot.
Yep.
You won't. So
Yeah, we skipped that and then we skipped the Cape, but we just didn't know that the Cape was an Eastern.
because we saw Alex go right side, and it was like, why is he going right when Weighty skipped it? Oh, there's the Cape. That's a
Yeah.
nice thing to have. Yeah.
We might have
Yeah.
gotten that, but I don't know.
But it's not like Weighty would die on Ganon.
Yeah, I know. Like it wouldn't
Oh,
have. Like
oh, wait.
I didn't have a
Oh,
slow
wait.
biddy fight. I didn't die on Ganon. No, you know what? It wouldn't have helped at all.
Yeah, I think it was a Sterling. He found out it was a Aga seed quite early on, so it made it a little bit easier that way. But the slow start, I was already tilted after like 4 minutes. So, I mean, stuff happens sometimes. So, got that in Mini Moldorm Cave. It was just a Mini Moldorm just attacking and didn't want to stop. So,
Yeah, the Mini Moldorm for you.
That
was
yeah,
very
3-heart hammer Moldorm mini Moldorm Cave is awful.
yeah, he didn't want, like, he just came at me and he didn't want to move at all. So, I died. And then I went back in and he did the same thing again. And I was just like tilted. I have to run right after that one.
Also, guys, both of you guys stealing the Desert Small to get the big key. Did you guys know where the other Desert Small was to make that
It was
play?
yeah, Graveyard Ledge,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so definitely not worth going with the Graveyard Ledge if you don't have to kill Landmo.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing Sterling didn't tell me at all. And I'm really happy he didn't do that because stealing the key was so much easier. And also me not having magic to open up Mire, it kind of helped me to get the magic as well going into Desert Palace.
Yep. Weighty picked up 5 heart pieces.
Yeah, I was I was worried about dying, but like it didn't matter because I died anyways.
Yeah, picking up
so-
core is fine, obviously. I mean, heart
Yeah.
pieces, if they're along the way, just pick them up. You never know. You
Yeah.
get an extra heart container.
Yeah, I think I picked up a few, and I opened some chests that I didn't need to because, you know, rando fingers, you just want to open chests along the way.
Yep.
So just
exactly.
opening up really annoying chests that had like compasses and maps and stuff that slows you down a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I ended up with 700 rupees.
All right.
I had
so-
like no rupees at all until like the late game, and it was just annoying.
Alright, so I believe you guys are racing again tomorrow, Andy versus Wall Kicks.
Yep. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. I think Eastern.
It's gonna be the same pilots.
I think
I
so.
believe so.
Yep, Futon and Link a lot again.
Yeah, that should be a fun one between Wall Kicks and Andy.
Yeah.
So
But
OP got good, looking for their first win still. You know, you guys are all really good runners. It's just unfortunate the breaks haven't gone your way so far this year.
I think it's just like me and Sir Linkle, as I said. Like it's pretty much the same thing every pre-race or post-race, whatever interview. It's just like it's a good group, good runners, strong runners, everybody. So
yeah,
small differences, and sometimes it's big differences between the runners. So it just happens. It's random after all.
And Pugtrio moves up to 6-1. Weighty, obviously the weak link because he has the only loss from them this year.
Which is funny because like last season, I also was the only person with losses. So
The trick is to put me on the easy stuff so that I don't get destroyed.
There you go.
We'll slot Futon in on the co-ops to get his 5 required matches done. Perfect.
Well, that's what happened. I mean, you paired up with Andy twice. You know they knew. You know, Futon and WeityWords together. You know that's a loss to Rick and Fred. No, I'm kidding.
I
League
mean,
is a team event.
Yes, exactly.
And part of a team event is understanding where to put people. Yeah,
and
it's fun.
what we learned is we don't want Weighty in Thieves Town or Skull Woods most of the time.
yeah.
Anyway, GG's to all the runners here. Like I said, there's a lot more randomizer coming to you later tonight. A little bit of a break. Go have some dinner or breakfast or lunch, wherever you are in the world. Come back to the Speed Gaming channels tonight, 7 to 8 o'clock. We have more races for you. Make sure to check them out. Any last words, guys?
GG's to Pugtrio.
Yeah.
And thanks for the restream, of course.
Yeah, same. Thanks for the restream, commentating, and tracking.
No problem. All right, on behalf of everyone here at Speed Gaming, my name is Illinois Rambler. That was finally on.
No, I'm still here. Video games.
Okay. Video games. All right. Good night, guys.